Check out the Hip Hop Stop on Dublin South FM. Is that alright?
Yeah, that's cool, yeah. What is that beat?
That's Dumb It Down, Lupe Fiasco.
Nice. Yeah. See, every time I put a vid out, these kids watch it and click comment. Most of them don't realise I'm not making a big profit. Rapping 6 years, barely made a thing from it. All it's in me wallets and I owe you for a pickpocket. But I'm not looking for a couple of grand or money in hand. I'm happy we're a couple of fans. And I don't care about the politics of the biz. See, there's already kids who watch all of me vids and comment and shit. Tell me that I'm gonna be big, so don't tell me I won't make it, cause I already did. See, me aims and goals are bigger than just making loads of figures. Taking over Twitter, watching labels growing richer. I'm always gonna stay true to the craft and still chill with class A's, making tunes for the laughs. See, I don't do it for the money, the booze or the drugs. This music's in me blood, and I just do it for the love. Yeah.
Yes.
Hip Hop Stop.
Nugget live on the Hip Hop Stop here with me, Conor Branley. We're broadcasting live from the Dundrum Town Centre, and as usual, we got the Hip Hop Stop interviews, and we've a privilege tonight. We've got Nugget, we've got Funzo in the studio. How are you, lads?
How's it going, Conor? How are you?
Jesus, that's loud. Jesus, that's absolutely loud. It's great to see you.
That's just me presence. To be honest.
That's just your presence.
That was a whisper.
It's great to see you in the flesh.
Yeah.
With no clothes.
It's just very warm.
that was awkward, wasn't it?
Man, open the window.
Let yourself, Conor. Lose the...
Oh, stop, I know. It's great to have you in here, lads. I know he's been up to your eyes. Nugget's first time you were in before.
Yeah, I was in once with Newey, but I was just kind of in the background making sarcastic comments and whatnot as I do, but yeah.
It was great. We didn't even get to talk to you that much. It was just having the crack that night.
Well, Newey had so much on at the time with the Lupe Fiasco thing, and he had, download mixtape and everything out at the time, so he had 1,000,001 things to plug. I wasn't going to jump in on the time,
Don't take a spotlight around. But now, Nugget, first time here, right? Give us a little bit of a background about yourself.
I'm from Ballyfermot in Dublin, as a lot of people who know me will know anyway. Been rapping since I was probably about 17 or 18. Been taking it seriously since I was about 20, and been good for about the last 6 months. I put out loads of stuff, loads of free music on the internet. I've put out like a mixtape a couple of years back, an album a couple of years back. I've done loads of gigs, battles, videos, everything like that. But I've been kind of fairly quiet. Like, the only thing I'd really done up until the video coming out a couple of weeks ago was the last thing I done was the O'Shea battle, which was over a year ago now. So I was fairly quiet. Like, I was always recording music in the background and stuff like that. But I went a bit off the radar for a while. So I'm back now. I've got some new music and stuff like that I've been working on maybe the last 2 years, and kind of trying to get stuff right this time, and work on it for a while before I drop things. So myself and Liam put the single out there a couple of weeks ago, and it's been getting a fairly good response so far.
It's getting a good buzz online, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like, the video, I think it's so professionally done as well. Christian done a great job, so I think that helps a lot, to have a video like that looks the part as well,
And then you had Funzo here coming in on the track. What made you get Funzo for the hook?
We'd only done like one track, which was kind of impromptu. I was in the studio one day, I was finishing off a track that I'd done a verse and a hook on, and I'd left it there for quite some time, and I was doing the second verse on it, and Liam was like, yeah, I'll jump on there, so we put that together. We actually only put that online the other day. It's called Flood the Market. It's an old one, but we just said, it's sitting there, we might as well get it out. And me and Liam were saying, we should put together a proper tune, So I had a song I was working on at the time that I thought was going to be pretty good, and I thought you'd be the man to get on it, because, like, yourself, he's been featuring on a lot of quality hip hop like the last while. Do you know what I mean? So I can't kind of fall behind the pack and not have him on one of my tunes.
You might as well get him on it. That's definitely right.
Well, that's it. Pretty much 90% of the good hip hop to come out in the last year or two had himself involved in some way, so I had to get him on something,
Back that camera up there. You won't get his head in there now. Liam, what's it like to get being in like 90% of the most decent songs that's coming out have been a lot of your hooks in it?
Yeah, that's really sound. It's hard to kind of I don't really stop, so I haven't had time to like what was that year that I've just done? What was that like?
Yeah.
But actually, a lot of people that have picked up on me in the last year or two wouldn't know that I've always kind of collaborated I have my own thing. You know,
Yeah.
like I call my music Funzo, and whoever I'm working with at the time is part of the Funzo thing. But like, you know, whether I'm with a band or anything, I tend to be working with other bands and just other writers because I just enjoy that, you know. And as I say, I don't really switch off. So there's still hundreds of songs I'd love to just finish off. So the hip hop thing to everyone else is like, what's he doing?
What's he doing? Like,
didn't he just do a video like a few weeks ago? But for me, that was kind of although videos has picked up, that's definitely picked up. But actually, as for being busy and writing, I've always kind of done that. It's just this is a new scene, so people think, geez, where did he come from?
Yeah.
And now he's everywhere. But there you go.
you've always been in your own scene, really, and now it's kind of stepping into the hip hop scene, isn't it?
Yeah, like there's a lot of bands over the years that I was technically a part of, you know, and there's a lot of work involved in that. But I love keeping busy, and just people wouldn't know that. So I suppose it's surprising to them. But yeah, it's just kind of always the way I've been. Like,
You released an album there with the Class A's recently. How did you get involved with that?
well, Terra would have been the bridge to get me into hip hop, not to actually become a fan, because I was for like at least 2 years before that. Big fan. Like I used to go to their shows and not even talk to them because it's like, "Ugh," you know, mini celebs right there. You know, I just watched their stuff so much that it was like I didn't feel like in with them or anything. I wasn't even going to bother mentioning. But Terra put up a status. I followed all the lads anyway, and put up a status looking for a singer. And I met him, but it was for his solo stuff. But I think he was impressed, and I think we got on well, and we were quite productive. And then next thing, Reds texted me, and I'm telling my friends, got a text from Reds or so, just a normal day. And he was talking about a mixtape, because I just think they thought we worked well together, you know. And when they're on form, when they put their mind to it, they're very good writers, you know. So our sessions were always productive, and I love working like that, you know. Yeah, so the album came together. There's 13 tracks on it. Rob Kelly's on it. A girl called Robin Cavanagh's on it. She's brilliant, and I'm really proud of it. It came out at DFI in February. It dropped then, and it's a great day for me, you know, to just, you know, see a project through to the end. And I'm really happy with it, and it's there on iTunes if anyone wants it. You can also give me a shout, or give Red or Tara a shout if you want a physical copy. Yeah, I really like the album.
Yeah, I have to admit, I thought that it was really, really professional. The song quality was quality loft, like, brilliant. You'd know it was properly done, properly thought out.
Sweet,
like it's definitely worth a download off iTunes, and if you're into the Irish hip hop scene, definitely make sure you're checking out that.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Now, talk about the Dublin tune here that you have, the tune you have currently out. What's it inspired by? What's the whole track about? Obviously, I know what it's about, but
we had Irish tune out there a couple of years back.
Yeah.
With myself and Class A's and Soyo, and there was a lot of kind of historical Irish references and literary references and stuff like that. And I'd always kind of had it in my head that I'd make a similar tune about Dublin, you know. So I had a beat there, that a pro PB, and I'd had it for ages, and he'd actually gone on to me and said, "Are you ever going to use that?" And I was like, "Yeah, definitely." So I set myself a day, and I didn't even set out that was going to be the tune I was going to do. But when I started writing, like, there was so much Dublin references in it. So when it came to doing the hook, I thought, yeah, I'll have to kind of put something good on this, you know. So I got 2 verses wrote, and then I got on to Liam about doing a verse, and I put some more bars in there, some more kind of Dublin references and stuff like that. So we were fairly happy with it then, you know. It's basically like, it's a contrast between the love like that we have for Dublin and kind of, you know, being disappointed with certain aspects of it as well. So it's just the kind of the balance and the contrast between the two, you know.
the punchlines are very good in it.
Yeah,
There's a few deadly punchlines, and I like the one you have about the government and stuff like that in it.
Yeah.
Throwing a little dig in there.
There's always going to be a little. It's Irish hip hop standard form to mention the government at this stage.
And then Liam comes well in the hook, and then you're kind of collaborating on the hook and that side of things.
Yeah. The hook sounds really good. It's kind of a good balance between, you know, the singing and kind of the rappy kind of hook as well, you know. So it gives it a whole kind of new vibe to it, you know, to what it originally sounded like, you know, to be just it was kind of just a straight up rap tune, and then Liam came in, and it added so much more dimension to the track, you know.
The hook was written, but I love when if you're collaborating with someone, they're on as much of each other's verses or whatever, not just kind of your part, record your part.
Sounds like a million
I
more.
just jumped on the chorus and threw in the bits. You can hear Funzo there. So it's like both of us are saying it.
Yeah. That's it. It's good to kind of bounce off each other and not, so sometimes it is good to just have kind of my part, your part, but it's nice when something comes together well like that.
Yeah, it sounded well, yeah. Once you know when to do it and when not to do it, basically.
Exactly, yeah.
Instead of having the two of you rapping and singing all the time like a duet. You don't
about
want
different
that either.
things and all.
Yeah.
Just as he'll just run in and start recording at the same time.
The video now, I have to admit, is very well shot. Who shot the video?
Christian Turney directed the video. He's a young director from Dublin. He's done work on lots of stuff. He's been over working on SBTV last summer. He shot stuff with like Macklemore, Original Rude Boys, Fresh Ray, District 3, I think they're called. They're one of the groups that was on the X Factor last year. He was actually filming on Love Hate there recently as well.
Right, so he's well established.
Yeah, well established, and he's at such a young age. Like he's only 16 as well, so he has a very big future ahead of him.
Quality, only 16.
Directing. Yeah.
Oh, it's quality. When you said a little bit about Macklemore there, someone related to Macklemore or in association with Macklemore had a comment about the video, was it?
Yeah, Christian was talking to the chap online who directed the Can't Hold Us video, I think it's called, which...
And Thrift Shop.
He done Thrift Shop as well, yeah. And if you've seen the videos, you know how well done, especially the Can't Hold Us one is...
Unbelievable.
It's... You'd sit there just to watch the video even if there was no song. It's that kind of... It just keeps coming at you the whole time. Pause. And he was talking to Christian saying he liked the video as well, so it's always good to hear back from people like that as well, and it's been featured in a bunch of places as well. Hot Press featured it there a couple of weeks ago. Some other blogs. It was in I saw it in one of the local newspapers around BizBlitz, I think it's called. It's like a Southside newspaper for all those yuppies, and it was featured in there as well. So it's getting some promo from different places as well, and some blogs and stuff have gone to me about doing interviews and featuring it as well. So hopefully it just keeps growing. Keeps
growing. It's up to nearly 6,000 views there in the space of a couple of days.
Yeah,
it only went up a half an hour ago.
Yeah, it's only up a half an hour.
I don't even think it's actually up.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? But it's getting good views so far and comments and stuff like that. So hopefully it just. I think the thing is with these videos, a lot of them they tend to just over time just kind of snowball. Like that's what happened with Irish Tune. So hopefully in a couple of months we'll be looking at it'll been featured a lot more places as well.
Yeah, quality.
Irish hip hop in general is picking up so fast that like there's just new people on their videos in general, whether it's Irish Tune from 2 or 3 years ago to the likes of that, or the animators just went up. People are just like, they're discovering the Irish hip hop buzz, and then they go exploring to find these videos.
Well, that's it. It's like related videos, and people just click on and they find out eventually that there's all these different artists, that are kind of all making kind of similar but different kind of music around Dublin. So it's growing definitely. It's good to see the last couple of years how much people are accepting it more.
What do you think of the scene though?
Yeah, no, I think there's great stuff out there. Do you know what I mean? It's mad, like, because I remember years ago, like, I've been into Irish hip hop for like 10 years, and when I started listening, like, there was a core group of people who were good, and then there was a bunch of people who were all right. They were kind of on their way there, and there wasn't a huge fan base then. Do you know what I mean? There was the regular people that went to all the gigs, and people just, I think, around 05, 06, like the quality of it just jumped all of a sudden, like where there used to be like say 5 or 6 great acts, suddenly there was like 10 great acts, and then there was some other people who were improving, and there was more people getting into it. And especially now the last 2-3 years, like it's just where I think with DFY was definitely a big turning point. A lot of it, like, that got so much attention for what, the whole battling thing. It was, people were very interested in it, and through that, different artists kind of got their own identity and kind of started bringing out music videos and stuff like that. And it's other factors as well, do you know what I mean? People are just becoming more accepting of it. I think as well, like, one of my friends was only saying to me a while back, like, we were the first generation that had loads of hip-hop on MTV, on the radio and all when we were growing up. And kind of, we grew up with that, and now more and more kids are growing up with it, and there's more of it all the time. There's more, and there's different genres of hip-hop, and there's hip-hop in different countries made in different ways. So it's so much more accessible to people now, and with the internet as well. So I think as the younger kids are growing up and they're hearing Irish rappers online from a young age, they're getting older and older, and they're more and more accepting of it. So it's just kind of, it's more open-mindedness to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of the older people are even starting to accept it now as well, you know?
Yeah,
which is-
everybody's kind of getting over this accent thing
Yeah.
a little bit.
Well, that's it. And I think like the fact that the UK scene has got so big as well, and like everyone's hearing English rappers rapping in their own accents as well. It's kind of like, well,
That was cringy for a while.
yeah. I remember when I started listening to UK hip hop, and there was great UK hip hop acts, and there was always that one rapper in the crew that had like an American accent. Do you know what I mean? And these were like the big acts of the time. Like,
So Solid Crew had a few of them thrown on there.
yeah,
didn't they?
yeah.
When the streets blew up, people, all they had to say was the British Eminem. They didn't know what to say.
Yeah,
It's
they didn't have a clue.
Like, why is he in the charts? He's not. He's British, but he's like talking. What's this? What's going
Yeah,
on?
and he was in no way like Eminem. It was,
No,
it was
just
he
kinda
couldn't be
like
he was a million miles away from it. Like
His skin was the only thing he had
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
like.
that was
wasn't it?
that was it. Like, but
people
the
didn't know what to make
streets
of
were
it.
great. Like, I loved all
Yeah.
the Mike
I
Skinner
think,
stuff.
as you were saying, it's gotten so big in a couple of years that there's now even a spectrum of accents. So it's not just, oh, you listen to Irish hip hop, you must like Cabra accent. You know, it's not like that. It's
Yeah.
like every area seems to have a representative.
Yeah.
Lots of counties. I'm not going to say every county because I'm not aware of someone from every county. I'm sure there is, but like it's not even the one accent. You know what I mean? There's milder accents. Like I would say, nuisance. A lot of people wouldn't hear a strong Dublin accent on the radio.
Yeah.
So they might be listening without even knowing, oh, this is full on. But actually, he's, you know, as Irish as anyone else.
Yeah,
It's just not
exactly.
as strong as some other accents. So you've got a spectrum of accents there, you know,
I
to
was
suit every taste.
I was thinking about the every county thing there a while back, and I was trying to figure out if I could name an Irish rapper from every county. And I got a fair few of them. Like, I reckon there is Irish rappers in every county. And the only reason I say that is I reckon there's probably about 100 rappers that live within 5 minutes of my house, because I know about 20 of them. And there has to be other ones, you know? So, like, I'd imagine there is, like, rappers in every county.
But there's definitely, we know some in Cork, right? We definitely know there's a huge in
Yeah,
Cork.
yeah.
Waterford.
yeah.
There are no Galway have them. Sligo have them.
Sligo
Mayo
does, yeah.
have them.
Mayo does. Leitrim has rappers.
Leitrim has rappers.
Yeah.
Bailey has roads.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing, yeah.
That's the
MC Leitrim.
MC Leitrim.
The album now.
Shout out to MC Leitrim.
Cadet, who done DFY, is actually from Leitrim. I'll try not to say anything bad about Leitrim on this show, because I might have said something bad about Leitrim before. last time.
How did the court case go?
It went all right.
Yeah,
K-Dad Code.
Yeah, just 50% of everything I ever earn goes to Leitrim.
Liam, what about yourself? You have been working obviously in the scene for about 2-3 years now in the hip hop scene, aren't you?
Let me think.
2 years, would you be?
2011, so 2 years, yeah.
And how do you think it's developed in the last, since you've got there? Like, do you think it's changed much?
Yeah, even a couple of years. I love it. I actually had this idea that, because I got stuck in and I thought, you know, I've been obsessed with stuff before. I'll burn out and I'll get into something else. Just nothing to do with it. It's just because I thought that's what's going to happen. I can't stay as interested as I am, but I'm just still mad obsessed, and it's almost become like a really healthy competition, you know? People are saying, like, that's a savage video. And it's like, we got to up our game, you know? And you can see it because the next video is then, like, ambitious and in your face, and people are out to impress, you know? Like, I think when Irish Tune came out, was it one of the only videos around Sin City, Irish Tune?
Yeah, there
Like
was,
a handful.
There
It
was
wasn't.
a lot less videos
They weren't coming
back
out
then.
every month,
No,
like.
they weren't.
No.
Now
So-
there's like pretty much, I'd say 2 weeks doesn't go by without an Irish hip hop artist
Yeah.
dropping a video. And the thing is, it's not even like it's becoming totally oversaturated and people are watching this video less because he brought his video out, you know what I mean?
No,
it's
music
not like
doesn't
that
work
at all.
like that, yeah.
Like
No.
when we were dropping Dublin Tune, we were kind of aware of a couple of different videos that were coming out at the time. And
And we even talked to different artists.
we
kinda,
were
when are you
talking to
dropping
other
yours?
artists kind of just to say, oh, I think we're thinking of this day.
Yeah,
when he was
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
of, do you know what I mean? Just to give each other the heads up, because you don't want to drop them the same day.
Yeah.
Do you know
That's
what I
why
mean? But-
Macklemore dropped his 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
yeah,
you
that
just
was
had
the
a chat
thing.
with
Yeah,
him,
well,
like,
that's it. Yeah, he knocked over to me gaff, and we were talking over a game of chess. And
Got
I
a
said,
bit
"Oh,
heated.
by the way, I have a video coming out." This
Oh, you
week."
could have met him in the thrift shop. Did you meet him down Bernardo's or something, did you?
Yeah. There's a Fred's Fashions across the road from my house. That's where I shop for me book. But I was kind of sick because we had the helicopter footage for Dublin
yeah.
Tune, And I don't know if you've seen one of my other mates. He dropped a video from space yesterday. Like, so do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got a helicopter. He got a
agreed
spaceship. Do you know what I mean?
That's true. Christian Tierney actually somehow got footage of Dublin. You know, you've seen it at the start of the video.
The helicopter.
It's great. It's an epic intro to the video.
It's brilliant.
So fair play to him.
I don't know how he got the big giant letters to stand up on the building, to be honest. Like,
that was tough.
Yeah, that was a good
been
one.
in there all night.
He should have asked us in to give him a hand putting them letters up, to be honest. I felt kind of bad about that.
Dedicated, yeah. He went in one night.
He just went in one night and just put them up a big Funzo.
Gigantic letters,
minutes.
Nugget. What else have you got coming in? You do the battles. You're big in the battling.
Yeah. Well, I was for a long time, and then I didn't battle for about a year, and then I done one last year against O'Shea, he was downflop champ at the time, so that was a big deal for me. I'm a big fan of his.
Who won?
And it's debatable. I got the win on the day, but like so many times before, it's been debated. Like, but I do have I'd say 2 battles in the summer, because I haven't done any for ages, and I don't know if I'll do any more after this, to be honest. Like, but I've kind of got a bit of an itch like that. I wanna do a battle or two. So I've won in the UK against a rapper that I'm a big fan of, that I'm hoping is gonna go ahead, and I've won an Irish event that's going to be announced soon as well. So
quality
against 2 really, really good battlers. So I'll pretty much have to stay in my gaff for about a month writing bars for them, do you know what I mean? Sharpening the pen, like, because it's going to be 2 tough battles. But I've got those coming up, and hopefully get back out to the studio soon, because I've been neglecting that a little bit. Well, a lot to be honest. But get working on some new stuff. Hopefully get some new videos. And I'm actually doing a bit of live stuff at the moment, like a couple of different gigs. I played 2 gigs last week. One was the Monday Echo, which is in the International Bar, and the other is Lock, which is it's in Sweeney's, and they're 2 great gigs. The Monday Echo, everything's acoustic. There's not even a mic, amplifier, anything.
Class.
So I have Gabriel Catano, who's a Brazilian guitarist, and he can play a lot of my music on the guitar. And it's mad, because if you heard one of the beats of my songs, he could pretty much play back his own version of that beat on the guitar, and it sounds amazing, you know.
Have you got any footage of that?
So I should actually put up some footage. We've got some footage from some of those gigs, and some footage as well of us just kind of jamming and stuff like that. So I'll get some footage out over the next couple of weeks. But we done the Monday Echo and we done Lock, and they both went really well. So I think I'm actually dropping into the International tomorrow. There's a night on there called Dublin Underground Beat, so I'll probably drop by and probably do a tune or 2 in there. And I've some other gigs coming up. I've one in the Check-In in a week or 2. I've another gig coming up in Voodoo Lounge in a couple of weeks. I've another gig somewhere in Temple Bar, and I've about 4 or 5 gigs in the next month. So they'll all be on. If you go on to your man Nugget on Facebook or your man Nugget on Twitter, and kind of sift through all the stupid football jokes and stuff about EastEnders, you'll probably find somewhere in there that I mention I will have a gig here or there. But I've a couple coming up, acoustic and hip-hop gigs as well, do you know what I mean, with DJs and beats and
class. What type of reception are you getting for these gigs, do you reckon?
Yeah, amazing. Like the 2 gigs I played last week, there would be a lot of spoken word artists and singer-songwriters and stuff like that. So it's a totally new scene. There's such good spoken word poetry scene in Dublin, to be honest. And
I didn't even know there's probably one, to be honest with you.
There is. I've only kind of discovered some people who do it in the last couple of months, and I only discovered the night about a month ago. And I went to see a band that my girlfriend and some friends of mine promote called Cash at Milo, and I went along to see them and was having a few drinks and spotted Gabriel Catano, who I'd previously done some stuff with on the telly, and Liam had done some stuff with as well. So I asked him if he'd be interested in maybe asking if we could play a set or a future gig. And when I went up to ask your man, he was really like, you're Nugget. And I was like, yeah. And I ended up kind of getting talked into performing then, and I was locked. Apparently it went okay. There's a video of that somewhere online. I'm not gonna tell you where to find it, but I was pretty locked. I haven't watched it. But so he asked me to go back and do a full set last week, and I got asked through that gig as well. I met another lad. I got like 3 or 4 offers for different gigs just off the back of those. So got talking to a lot of cool heads and stuff like that. So it's good to kind of expand me reach into different areas and to become a bit more versatile now that I can go and do gigs on different formats like acoustic and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Okay. And and not just have to worry about trying to get a hip-hop gig and stuff like that. So, You know, so it's good. I think it'll definitely be good for me to branch out a bit, you know what I mean, try and promote myself a bit more, because I was slacking on that for a long time till Dublin Tune came out, so I want to just keep that momentum going for a while, you know.
Class. And are you doing gigs, Funzo, at the moment?
No, he's not allowed. I'm not letting him.
Contract. I was drunk as well and I signed that one. No, but just on that, I couldn't recommend it highly enough either. Yeah, these nights have always existed, and I think now is the time for Irish rappers to do what Nugget's doing. Not bite his style, but just it's a great idea. And I was there, I performed just Dublin Tune with him, and I knew what to expect from the crowd. They sit and they listen, and they're there to see something new. It's not like, oh, we don't know him, do you want to go for a smoke? It's like, oh, someone new, and also they're not used to rap. They're not used to it. You'll get the odd rapper, but really it's not normal. Like with Funzo, we'll always have, okay, we're doing this kind of standard kind of gig or a headline or something. We'll always throw in an international appearance because it's just different, you know. And if you have a few CDs, it's perfect because people are like, haven't met you before, and they're so accessible, the guys who run this. There's another one called Petty Cash, my friend Neve runs, and that's like fortnightly. Again, they have a Facebook page, and all you have to do is send them a message, maybe send them something you've done. But I think Nugget has it's a brilliant idea.
It's a great way to branch out and give hip hop.
That's it, because Irish hip hop nights in Dublin, they're brilliant, but like you after a while you are seeing the same heads, you know, and that's going to happen in any scene, you know. So they're brilliant, but why not throw in an acoustic night and just play to 30, 40, maybe even 60 people that just didn't know you existed, you know.
And do you find, lads, like, would you find the Facebook getting more likes? Would you find the videos being watched by different people or what? Yeah,
definitely. Like, I've noticed some people going online, checking out my stuff and that, and getting in touch from the different gigs, and I've made some different contacts and stuff like that, and yeah, just kind of branching out, like, do you know what I mean? It's to be honest, it's nothing really new what I'm doing, like, do you know what I mean? There's been acoustic hip hop for a long time, like, Newey was the godfather of acoustic Irish hip hop about 10 years ago, you know? But yeah, like, it's just something different for me, you know? I've never really done it before, and getting out there and playing to just a whole new people, because like Liam said, when I play hip hop gigs, I've been pretty much playing to the same kind of core audience for years, and they're into it. You know what I mean? And it's great to have that fan base there. Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise we'd just be playing to the barman and the bouncer. You know, but, you always get the 2 or 3 different people, but to go into a room full of people that the majority of whom have never heard me before, do you know what I mean? It's perfect. You know, and because it's not a hip hop night, and it's more kind of, it's acoustic, and it's a little bit less kind of, you know, hard rap beats playing in your face. It's kind of a good way to ease people into what I do. And then they go online, they check out me stuff that I actually do over beats and stuff like that, and they might be a bit more open to it, do you know what I mean? Than they would have been before, you know. And plus I found it's actually, I always invite a lot of people to go to gigs. I actually found I've got more people to go to these gigs than I would a hip hop night, because they know there's going to be a few different things. Do you know what I mean? Actually, Trish L Love Hate was actually at the Monday Echo there last week, and I didn't know.
Oh, that's quality.
She was there with my mate's wife, was actually friends with her ever, and I was kind of looking over like, I know you from somewhere.
Trish.
And it was only afterwards one of the lads said, I can't believe Trish L Love Hate was there tonight. I would have got a picture and put her, you know, Nidge as a rat kind of thing, and put her online. But yeah, but it's just, do you know what I mean?
Get your arse down to these nights out.
The 95% of the people there would have no idea who I am when I walk out, or when I walk out. That wouldn't be good. When I walk in, and then when I walk out, at least 5% more of them know who I am. And
when you walk back in,
giving out some, like, you know, kind of free promo CDs with a few tunes on it, and my old business card, which I'm rocking now, you know.
It's great to get out there.
Getting out there, and then, you know, it's getting people to go online and check me out, and I've got some offers of some, you know, some pretty good gigs now coming up, so pretty happy with that.
Liam, talk about your collabs during the year. Just to name off a few collabs who you've done here. Just random. We know Rob Steenson.
That's it, I think. Right.
Class
A's album. I'm working a bit with Bit of Rock at the moment. I've got this is an exclusive now. Got a track coming out very soon with Raw Soul.
Quality.
Nice.
The man himself. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Oh, sorry.
Quality.
Yeah, it was just he was over and we've been talking. It's very much like an affair, isn't it?
Yeah, cheers for inviting me along.
Sound for the first.
Imagine I had to walk in on
that. Was he better than Nugget, was he?
We'll see. I am racking my brains here. Newey.
Newey,
I've got
yeah.
a few tracks with him. Well, I mentioned a couple of gigs.
Yeah,
Then.
mention a couple of gigs, what you've got going there.
I've got the Block C Festival in the Academy, and Cian Donoghue from Block C. He's doing amazing things with it. He set it up, and basically he's just gone mad with it, and it's doing really well. And I think he's put up 2,000 videos of like that many acts.
And to be honest with you, a lot of these videos are quality.
Oh yeah, I
They're
think
not
so.
just crap, you know.
No,
so.
he puts the work in. So he did this festival last year, and he sold out the Academy all levels, which is no joke, and it shows the context, shows the respect, credibility he has. You know, so he's doing that again this year, and he's very impressed since last year with the hip hop he's had into his show, and also checking out the videos himself. So he wants a hip hop stage. So there's actually going to be a hip hop stage, which is one of 3 stages at the festival. So Nuisance is going to headline that. I'm going to do a set at it, and there's a few more heads. Rob Steenson was just announced.
Yeah, seeing that
well
on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else is playing, Liam?
Probably Raw Soul. He's dead.
Is there anyone else in this room who's playing at this gig? Is there?
Are you playing, Connor?
I might be there. Yeah, I'm there in
DJ
the
sets,
background. Yeah,
sweet.
do
I'm
DJ
sure it's
sets.
Rob
Yeah.
playing.
Moving on. I think that's all the important names mentioned.
Yeah.
But that's the 29th of June, and the tickets are on Ticketmaster, and I'd recommend it. They're €6 at the moment, and once 150 have been sold. I'm not sure if that many have been sold yet. They're up to 8. Either way, amazing, because it's 3 stages, 6 hours of music. Kicks off at 4. It's your Saturday, and I think it's going to be amazing. So I recommend it.
Get your ass down to this.
Yeah,
Absolutely
and sorry,
brilliant
there's brilliant acts that aren't on the hip hop stage. Bipolar Empire and Dirty Epics have been confirmed. So yeah.
I read it out last week there, and I was like, gee, this is a huge gig. It's going to be quality.
Cool. Yeah, and that's only the first. You know, I know a few acts that just haven't been announced yet and stuff. So I think he wants to stagger that. Africa Day is on the 26th of this month, which is Sunday. It's on every year. Funzo have played it a bunch of times. It's usually sunny, so I'm going to say it's going to be sunny. Sunday 26th, and myself and Nuisance, and probably Rossall, because he's no, sorry, Rossall isn't even in the country. So Nugget's just getting more and more annoyed there.
You've probably never even been to Africa.
So
we've been through this. So that's Africa Day, and as far as I know, it's free in. I'm just going to say it's free. No, I think it is, because we've done it before, and you go, and it's a deadly day out. That's all the gigs I'm going to mention myself.
Right, class, lads. Appreciate you for coming in tonight.
Cheers.
Yeah, no bother.
Album-wise, before you go, was there anything coming out album-wise?
Yeah, I have to get my head down and start working on it. Well, to be honest, I've loads of songs there, so it's not like I have to start working on it. I have to finish working on an album. I've loads of tracks there, so it's just a case of going back to the studio, seeing what I have, touching up a few things, pause, and just getting out there, do you know?
Yeah.
Pause again. Basically, yeah. Why does this happen when I talk? I've loads of tracks, do you know? Me and Liam's heard a couple of them, and I've been doing some live at gigs and stuff like that. And actually, I have a track that I wrote that I have himself a new sense of mind to get on as well, which is I think is a pretty good bet that it'd be a video as well, because it's a fairly good tune. But I've loads of music there, so it's just a case of really getting out my arse and getting out there and
get it out there.
know?
And Funzo yourself, you got go on, come now.
I put up a status recently saying I'm not doing any more collabs just at the moment,
right?
Because I have pretty much an album
Brilliant
done. I sent you 2 exclusives earlier, so if ever you want to play them, you're welcome.
We
to.
Definitely will be playing them. We'll be playing them on tonight's show.
Excellent. I've been recording with Collie and a bit with Mr. High Speed as well, just so I have 2 studios on the go. I'm cheating on everyone these days. But I just felt, right, this is going so well that collabs, it might just look like I jump on a track, but I tend to put work into it, you know, and it takes over like the week or whatever. So it's a week that isn't going towards the album. So I just thought at this stage, with the few bits I have coming out, I might as well just get stuck into the album. Maybe by the end of the year, but I don't want to put any sort of date.
Which
on
would be
it.
definitely on. Check out the lads on the Facebook. Nugget, you want to give us a verse around before you go?
Yeah, I don't mind. I'll do something. Yeah, I just also want to announce me and Liam are finished, because I heard how much he's been getting himself about there.
Sorry, Rossall just texted.
He's like the Taylor Swift of the Irish hip hop scene, to be honest with you.
Thank you.
I think he's a bit better looking. What do you think?
Did you think I was trouble when I walked in?
Oh yeah. I knew you were Funzo when I walked in.
Very good.
Lads, before we go, shout out to everybody listening online. Anybody in particular you want to give a shout out to?
Also,
Yeah.
Give a shout out to Ross Owl there, yeah.
I want to give a shout out to me new guitarist Gabrielle, because he's such a good guy, and he's not like Liam. Do you know what I mean? He's probably the best person I've ever collabed with, and he has long curly hair. Do you know what I mean? Which is definitely an advantage over short curly hair.
Class, lads. Appreciate you for coming in.
Shout out to the people who share the videos,
Yeah, 100%.
and just even take the time to send a message. Love the new track, you know,
Yeah.
because it's great. It's great. You put out something and getting feedback is just brilliant. You know the platform exists, and then you can be happy with it, you know. So really appreciate everyone who does that, you know.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, lads. We'll get you on when more stuff comes out.
Shouts to Conor Branley as always.
Yeah,
Shout out to you,
100%.
lads.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah,
All the best,
yeah.
lads.
Thanks, Connor.
Cheers.